Hi, you guys. Taurus season? I think it's great. I'm an earth sign. I really like this time of year. It involves work, digging in the garden and so forth, real earth-based energy that encourages growth. I think the garden is such a good metaphor, even if you're not a gardener. If you understand the cycles at all, that things go dormant and they look dead, and then, a season goes by and, we're back. Other plants are just annuals, and they come and they spread their seeds and then they're gone. So it's a fast turnover rate. Anyway, if there's a state of mind, you can find a metaphor for it in the garden, because it's fundamentally, we're talking about life. This kind of growth, Homo sapiens sapiens, or that organic, more organic, less up in the head kind of growth. And I think it behooves us to work with actual earth energies. They make us slow down. And there's always this drive in the garden to go, go, go. And you can really hurt yourself if you do it, particularly as you mature yourself. Got to slow down. Okie dokie. My brain was full of stuff. My heart was full of stuff. My head was full of images. So I think we should just see what pops up. And it helps if you guys, even though you're not watching this in real time, we're connected in some way. So think about your question, the quest, the willingness to be open to the answer. An answer. It's never like, Eureka! It's all figured out. Not on this plane. Six of Cups. Someone you've dealt with before, loved before, a connection from before, perhaps from childhood. Perhaps from another life. It looks like we're looking back into a pastoral innocence. These guys are kids. It's innocent love. And there's that like nostalgia for it, I remember a time, because this isn't the person who's here right now. I remember them. My heart remembers them, something like that. And it might be past life. Ooh la la. Five of Swords. I just want to digress for a minute and say tarot is a language. And part of the reason I kind of belabor this card means this, because it's in this energy of swords or whatever, is because, you understand the language as I speak it to you in English, but there's a way in which you can learn how to read the energies for yourself and better tailor it to your own situation. So this certainly isn't this. They're opposite energies. This is a soft nostalgia. In sword energy, not to do with feelings, to do with the way we think about things, or conflicts of interest, or arguments, or whatever. This is being on the opposite side. It can, it can be like a situation where there was no trust. Somebody won, in air quotes, they have the swords, they've, these guys are leaving the field. This guy thinks he's won. It's an empty victory. This person has successfully isolated themselves. And they think, good on me. But to come right next to this card, they couldn't be more at the other, polarized. This person might really swing almost in that bipolar way between, remembering past connections and putting themselves in a situation where they're always having to fight. They think that innocence, that sweetness, that childlike connection is lost to them. They may have won the battle but lost the war, something like that. Fives indicate a need for change. Oh, wow. 9 of Swords. This person is not in a good place. Very nervous, very anxious. And in fact, well, let's see. Hold that thought. Swords are thinking energy. Whatever it is, this person is in a state of real anxiety. Their brain is agitated. It's not just sort of, what do I do next? This is like serious anxiety. And it might be, I thought I'd won. Sword energy. I thought I'd won. It was an empty victory, and now I'm in the place of like, oh no, what have I done? I can't believe it, sword energy, that this relationship, so sweet in the past, somehow became incredibly combative. Under 6 of Cups, Hangman. Card of Pisces. There are a lot of feelings to be sorted out in this relationship. Water energy. But it's going to take time and a certain degree of, non-intervention. Somebody has to process their feelings. And I think, okay, I'm going to sort of go out on a limb here, but come with me. I think there was a relationship that was really important on an emotional level to this person. That we're going to go from one person's perspective right now. They had tender-hearted memories of somebody. And there was a real parting of the ways. It went to hell in a handbasket. And this person had an empty victory. And then later, maybe even that night when they went to bed, they thought, oh my God, what have I done? And this is who I did it to. My soulmate. What the hell? But they have to process that, the whole business, soup to nuts, on their own. The other person in this equation, which I think is you, can't help them right now. It's almost like the feelings, can be a card of the holdup, the standstill, the inaction, while something gets processed. And it's a card of Pisces, water energy, so it's to do with feelings about this relationship. What the hell happened? So it's like, hold up there. Somebody needs to process their feelings, and the other person can't do it for them. I don't think they're very good at the feelings part. I think they're used to being really up in their head, and it hasn't served them well. And what I was gonna say, there's a degree of like real mental disturbance. I don't know if it qualifies as, mental illness. I think that's always kind of a, we tend to think mental illness, that's somebody else who has a diagnosis. That's not me. We're talking about how the nervous system can get wanked by various blows and hits and injuries, like brain injuries almost. They may have had, in that very broad sense, a brain injury. But this is really like, with this brain all lit up, you got to get out of the game for a while, this person does, to process their feelings, to heal, to get an epiphany about what the feelings are and what to do with them. Because they feel this connection, and they know they screwed it up. And it may have been completely beyond their control because of this, whatever was going on in their brain. Under Five of Swords, Three of Pentacles, pretty much the opposite energies. This is we're on opposing sides. I don't trust you, you don't trust me, you think you've won, I'm leaving the field, I'm not playing this game anymore. It's like somebody who's playing mind games, maybe, trying to manipulate. But I have a feeling that it really wasn't there. And it's almost like their brain went, and, so they really did something divisive and picked a fight, maybe repeatedly, and then thinking, what have I done? My mom used to do that. She'd go slightly nuts in the evening, and say, get in an argument with somebody or say mean things. And in the morning she'd say, I have a feeling I did something bad last night. I did something bad. I think in her case it may have been like a cover. I don't really remember it. This is kind of remembering the emotional toll that some circumstance may have taken on a relationship that was really important to this person. So these are opposite energies, like we're on opposite sides. Here is an energy of cooperation. We do this together. We do this apart. I'm the winner, you're the loser. No losers here. We all get something out of it, Pentacles energy, something tangible, because we've put something real into it. It's like in poker where somebody, well, that's a weird metaphor, but somebody makes a bet and you see the bet, you like put your money in, and it might be that, it might be building a business with somebody, or a house, or a life. Pentacles energy. Something that shelters you both. It's good for you both. It's very different from like, let's fight because all the time, okay, under, yay! Under Nine of Swords, air energy, this card of high anxiety, is a major arcana card of healing. Card of Aquarius. You know, rather than this agitated, like, what have I done, the 9 card? This is on me. I screwed up. Aquarius, that's the overview. That's not being by yourself, having a panic attack. Your sort of monkey mind saying, you know, I wish I could take it back. I have screwed the, you know, whatever. This sword energy, which in daily life went off the rails in a way that was kind of nutty. 2 major arcana cards now of processing feelings and healing. Healing the feelings, I mean. And it may be getting help to do it. You know, I said this is the person by themselves. Well, the deep dive, the emotional dive, is often on the part of one person, particularly when they're, you know, they may be getting help with this mind issue. You know, you say mental illness, it sounds so much like, you know, people in this culture are very scared of what they can label as crazy. And this is somehow almost like get to know it. Face the fears, face the anxiety, get to know you're crazy. 9 of Swords. I think this person engaged in kind of crazy behavior. It needed to change, almost through the pain, that their response saying, what have I done, was actually healthy. Because they had somehow sabotaged, you know, the most meaningful relationship, at least in their memory. You know, this one really mattered, and I fought it, and I caused great strife and stress to somebody I loved. What have I done? Let me feel it all the way through. And you know, it's on me to do that deep dive, but it'll change how I live. It'll change how I live with other people. And those other people, in turn, will give me stability in my life. Pentacles energy. You know, I'll be able, you know, I'll stop doing this sword bullshit and I'll start working on what's real and what brings me into connection with other people, which certainly is not that kind of behavior. Like, get your head right, buddy. I'm a little but they do. This person gets their head right. They've had some kind of epiphany about feelings, and it like unlocks it allows them to share of themselves. And perhaps with this really important relationship that they feel they screwed up, and there's healing. And I think it's self-healing. You know, it was self-inflicted anxiety in sword energy, and then the healing of the self, kind of by the self. And not entirely by oneself. But even if we love somebody like this, we can't do the healing for them. We can't plumb their feelings for them. They have to do that. And I think sometimes the person, likely you, is an empath and is all about, let me, you know, I'm here, I'm open-hearted, let me feel your feelings, you know, I'll take them on. They didn't, they fought it, they fought that, they did. I think they're getting help to heal on Hangman, King of Wands. They're certainly coming out of this period of inaction, of gestation, of like being in the chrysalis stage, like a cocoon hanging upside down in the tree, getting ready to break out. And this is the breaking out energy. Wands speak to action. Now I take action. I've plumbed my feelings, and now I know what to do about it. You know, I've recovered. I mean, it's like I've recovered my self. I've recovered myself. You know, whatever kind of mental thing was putting me in strife with the people I loved, out of my control. Like, it was like, what have I done? What was that? Like Mom saying, you know, I behave like a shit. I can't even really remember it. This is like reclaiming your power. And this person now wants to take action on behalf of this connection. Hangman, in that same sword energy, that brainy business, we're moving to a calmer place. You know, out of the troubled waters. It's sort of not really thinking your way out, only in the sense that it gets you into the liminal space, how to get from here to there, how to cross the river, to a new sword energy, a new way of thinking. You know, it's like process your feelings and then use that understanding of connection and love to calm your mind down. You know, and if you have to go into kind of a chrysalis position to understand your feelings, do so. Because what you're moving toward is the ability to connect with other people in that Taurus energy of the earth. That kind of connection. Face to face, body to body, life to life. On Star card, 6 of Cups. Now, it's interesting because I was thinking about this. You know, I think in tarot, it's weird. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But what occurred to me with this card today was, you know, it's the willingness to consider all these aspects of connection. You know, some of them have snakes in them. Some of them have severed heads in them. You know, some might be toxic. Some might be in the process of change. Some might sever the head, feel like I'm cut off from myself. My thinking brain is doing something I don't have control over. There's one with a victory wreath. That could be that sense of empty victory. You know, it's all the facets of what love can be. Looked at from a higher perspective, love is love. You know, and even the things that hurt our hearts can have great powers to also heal our hearts. And the challenge is to heal and it's something to do with also listening to your guides, following the guides of the ones who, the Uber Eye, the ones who oversee us, who are able to look at our lives from it's like higher power perspective. But being guided to a place or an emotional place that is healing. And it's a card of discovery and innovation, Aquarian energy. It's not this. That's the brain turning against itself. That's the brain turning against itself and probably against other people. Oh, Okay, on Nine of Swords, Three of Swords. That's oof, that's injury. In Sword Energy, I know I did this. You know, this person's brain may be malfunctioning a bit, but they know it is. And that's such a hard position to be in where, like, I can see the damage I'm doing. And I can't stop. You know, I know it's an empty victory, and I can't stop fighting. And I need to change that mindset. Because, you know, it's hurtful. It's hurt me. It's hurt the people I've come into contact with. And I think there's something in this, too, about I'm going to a calmer state of mind, you know, one where I continually have to process my feelings, and I'm getting help. I'm, you know, somehow going to a safe space where I can share, maybe with it, this could be like a, you know, a support group, into this safe space where we can explore, you know, do you understand your feelings about this, that, or the other? You know, let's help each other figure it out. And I was thinking about that this morning, the beauty of working through your problems with other people. Like, there's so much you have to do on your own. But then, part of the process of moving to the calmer waters is to just be in company with other people who've been through it in their lives. You know, we're all confused. This love business is not necessarily easy to learn. That tarot language thing. How do we speak love language? Well, the sword energy, how do we think about it? How do we say it? Has been really screwy. But somebody, a divine masculine, is taking control and is going to do something about it. And first, I think they're going to get right in their heart and in their head. Like, streamline their thinking so they can move to some better place where they can cooperate with other people, and on the basis, the stability they've gained by, you know, sharing their story. What was your experience of connection? And through that cooperative thing, you know, we heal each other. And we don't always get it right. You know, here's a good one. You have to love while learning to love. There's no other way to do it. You learn how to swim by swimming. You know, you don't sit down in front of a score of music and just be able to play. You know, you have to learn and make the bad notes in order to make the good notes. It's an ongoing process. And that's the guide from above, you know, it tracks your progress. But do you have to work on it yourself? Consistently? You know, in that Pentacles Way? This is mastering a craft. Keep working on this cooperative energy. We need each other. We need each other. We need other people who are, you know, we've managed to achieve some mastery over our own authenticity. And we need to be working with people who've done the same thing. And if somebody is stuck in this place, fighting you all the time, just like, but you know, I'm out. Exit stage left. I want to explore feelings. On Five of Swords, oh wow, Lovers. In sword energy. From conflict on the one hand, and this kind of connection on the other hand. You know, this somehow the angelic presence is holding up each hand. this is a choice. Lovers is a card of choice. On the one hand, on the other hand, it's like if somebody was thinking like this, and kind of watching themselves think like that, their brain was just thinking about how they're thinking about stuff. I think that's the challenge. Do you fight this kind of connection? Card of Gemini, a card of understanding, not understanding, being on opposite sides, being simpatico, kind of living in love, living in the fight. I think King of Wands will make it their business to try to fix Five of Swords, Nine of Swords, Three of Swords. The damage done. Ooh, this person may be a straight up addict. I mean, I should, but in my head so loud, Neil Young song, I've seen the needle and the damage done. A little part of it in everyone. And if you've seen the needle and the damage done, seen it, known it, is sword energy. What is the antidote? People have been through that in their life. Where you can share, I know what that's like. I've been there. There are some things you need to heal with other people. Not just the ones you've hurt, but with other people who have been hurt and, hurt other people who will understand that. Who have also done a degree of work, who've worked the steps. I mean, I'm really... it doesn't have to be a literal support group. It could be just like your friends, your the people you live with, the people you live near. It's good counsel. But there is a sort of suggestion that this sword person, Aquarius, Gemini, two major arcana cards of healing connection. Under the kind of umbrella of divine protection. There's a big shift. And part of the shift is this person realizing what they've done. They had to go through this pain. It was like getting it out of their unconscious place of denial, up and up and up into their conscious brain. Holy shit, what have I done? That's when you can begin to heal. What is it in I accept, I won't try to, but basically you acknowledge, you make amends, you acknowledge what you've done. And we've all done it, odds are there's nothing that'll come out of my face that you haven't experienced as well. And now I think there's really clear air energy. We can talk about it. We can connect. We can heal each other. We can heal each other. Wow, growth, I'll say, in Taurus season, well, perhaps all this earth energy in 3D, not up in the head, not bullshit fights. Go to the calmer place. Explore what is love. Seven of Cups. You'll see it then from a higher perspective. From a higher perspective, the Aquarian energy. The higher perspective of, divine connection. And it's not lofty. It has to do with Pentacles energy, bringing it down to earth, anchoring it in what we do and who we are. King of Pentacles, all this. King of Wands, what we do. Pentacles and who we are. Yeah, till next time, you guys. Appreciate your being here, cooperating with me in this endeavor. Because I don't do this alone. I really don't. You're at the table. And thank you. I'll talk to you next time.